Hello science fans. Let's start with a quick history of cannabis. This plant has been woven into human life for thousands of years: textiles, rope, ritual, and medicine. Once a common ingredient in apothecaries, its social meaning shifted dramatically in the 20th century. By the 1900s, cannabis went from medicine to menace in many places. Cultural, political, and legal forces reshaped perceptions. Prohibition brought decades of confusion and criminalization. But the story doesn't end there. The pendulum is swinging back. Today you can find cannabis in regulated stores and scientists can finally study it more openly. Legalization has unlocked research, regulation, and a cultural rebrand, but it also demands informed choices. So let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the science of what this plant actually does to our bodies.
Why are we talking about cannabis now? Because laws and attitudes are changing across the globe. For decades, legal barriers kept researchers in the dark. Legalization opens rigorous studies, so we can separate myth from data. Regulation moves cannabis out of the Wild West and into tested, labeled products, safer for consumers. Labels and testing help people make informed choices, and the conversation shifts from criminal justice to public health and education. Bottom line, legalization brings research opportunities, safer products, and better public health choices. That empowers people to make decisions based on science, not stigma. Next, how THC actually travels inside your body.
When it comes to cannabis, the method matters. Let's start with the most direct route: inhalation. Say you take a puff of smoke or vapor. What happens next on this rapid journey to your brain? Your lungs are an incredibly efficient gateway filled with millions of tiny air sacs called alveoli. Their combined surface area is massive, about the size of a tennis court, and it's designed to rapidly transfer gases into your blood. THC molecules diffuse across the thin walls of the alveoli directly into a dense network of surrounding capillaries. This allows them to hitchhike into your bloodstream, fast. The heart pumps this THC-rich blood straight up to your brain within seconds. This immediate delivery system is precisely why smoking or vaping acts so fast. To have an effect, THC must cross the protective blood-brain barrier. It has a secret weapon. It's lipophilic, or fat-loving. Since the barrier is made of fatty cells, THC dissolves right through it with ease. Result: rapid onset, effects in minutes. But if you eat cannabis, the ride is completely different. If inhalation is a direct flight, consuming an edible is a scenic, and sometimes unpredictable, cross-country road trip. Instead of the lungs, THC travels through your digestive system to the liver. Here, it undergoes first-pass metabolism and is converted into 11-hydroxy-THC, a powerful metabolite that also crosses into the brain and is known for producing a more intense, prolonged effect. This entire digestive and metabolic process takes time. That's why edibles can take 30 minutes to 2 hours to kick in, and why their effects often last much longer. This entire journey is the science of pharmacokinetics, how a substance is absorbed, distributed, and metabolized. It's the fundamental reason why different consumption methods feel so distinct.
Inside your brain, a network is run by natural molecules called endocannabinoids. One of these, anandamide, is often called the bliss molecule. They act as internal regulators, crucial for maintaining balance in your mood, appetite, and memory. When you consume cannabis, THC enters the scene. It's structurally similar to anandamide, allowing it to fit into the same neural locks, known as CB1 receptors. But THC is a supercharged version. It binds more tightly and for longer than your natural endocannabinoids, essentially acting as a much stronger key. Instead of a gentle nudge, THC's powerful binding jams the system, overactivating circuits and creating the high. A key part of this is a surge of dopamine, as THC indirectly triggers the brain's reward pathway. This feels like euphoria and relaxation, which is why many people use it recreationally or therapeutically. But this widespread activation has other consequences. The hippocampus, your brain's memory hub, is dense with CB1 receptors. When THC activates them, forming new short-term memories can be disrupted. Similarly, areas like the cerebellum and basal ganglia, critical for balance and coordination, are also rich in these receptors. That's why reflexes slow and coordination suffers. Think of your brain running on slow Wi-Fi. This impairment is precisely why driving or operating machinery while high is so dangerous, as your perception and reaction time are compromised. Ultimately, it's a complex chemical dance. For some, this disruption is pleasurable. For others, it can be disorienting or anxiety-inducing, depending on your unique brain chemistry. Next, how the rest of your body responds.
When you smoke cannabis, you inhale smoke, not just THC, and smoke contains particulates and irritants. Frequent smoking can cause inflammation and symptoms similar to chronic bronchitis, coughing and phlegm. Using a vaporizer can reduce some combustion byproducts, but it's not risk-free. THC can raise heart rate quickly, sometimes 20 to 50 beats per minute, an effect that can last hours. Vasodilation explains red eyes, harmless, but a telltale sign. For people with heart disease, the extra strain can be risky and requires medical advice. Effects vary by potency, method, and your own physiology. Everyone's reaction is different. Scientists are exploring ways to harness benefits while minimizing harms. Now let's look at mental health.
When we talk about cannabis and mental health, the conversation is rarely straightforward. The plant's effects are incredibly nuanced, varying from person to person, so it's not a simple case of good or bad. Many people turn to cannabis seeking relief, to quiet an anxious mind, de-stress, or find restful sleep. By interacting with the body's endocannabinoid system, it can provide temporary calm for some users. On the flip side, the experience can be deeply unsettling. For some, particularly when using high THC products, the psychoactive effects can overstimulate the brain's fear center, triggering intense anxiety or paranoia. The modern cannabis market is dominated by these potent products, which significantly increases the likelihood of adverse psychological reactions, especially for new users. This is especially critical for adolescents, whose brains are developing until their mid-20s. Research shows that frequent, heavy use during these formative years can interfere with this process, impacting memory, motivation, and long-term mental health. Genetics also play a significant role. For individuals with a personal or family history of psychosis, high THC cannabis can act as an environmental trigger, increasing their vulnerability. Beyond acute effects, there's the risk of cannabis use disorder. This is when use becomes compulsive, prioritized over responsibilities, and continues despite negative consequences, affecting a subset of users. If cannabis starts to interfere with your life, know that help is effective. The key is self-awareness. Approach cannabis with respect for its power and consult a clinician with any concerns. Next, quick versus long-term effects. What to expect now and over time.
It helps to separate short-term effects from long-term potential consequences. Short-term, euphoria, altered senses, slowed reaction time, impaired short-term memory, and the munchies. These short-term impairments explain why you should never drive or make critical decisions while high. Long-term risks are linked mainly to heavy chronic use. Researchers are still mapping exact outcomes. For adolescents, heavy use may alter development. For adult smokers, chronic respiratory issues are a concern. Important note, long-term risks are potential, not guaranteed. Evidence is evolving and sometimes mixed. Risk depends on age started, frequency, potency, and personal health or genetics. Know the risks, weigh benefits, and choose what's right for your life. Finally, practical navigation and future prospects.
As cannabis becomes more accessible, the emphasis must be on harm reduction and responsible consumption. With edibles especially, start low, go slow, wait before taking more. Avoid if pregnant or breastfeeding, or if you have a history of psychosis. Consult a clinician. Don't use before driving, operating machinery, or doing anything requiring quick reflexes. Be mindful of interactions with other medications and your health history. Beyond THC, compounds like CBD show real medical promise. Epilepsy and inflammation are examples. Researchers are exploring cannabinoid combinations and terpenes to unlock therapeutic potential. Knowledge is our most powerful tool. Weigh benefits against risks, ground choices in science, and promote a culture of education.